So recently I was pondering this question, aka asking myself the question. Pondering is one of those things that we say. It's like a synonym sentence or phrase, that like sounds a little smarter than what you were really gonna say. I was pondering. I was asking myself. So I was asking myself, why is it that when I go to comedy shows, whether it be funny movies or stand-up comedy shows, which I go to a lot, it seems to be like a 80-20 thing, the ratio, with people that either heckle or talk loud during the movie and yell at the screen. Like people, yell at the screen would be like in horror movies or comedies were like, oh yeah, girl, yeah, get that, yeah, don't do that, or blah, don't fall for that, or hecklers that talk to the motherfucker on stage who's trying to work. It seems to be a 80% female, 20% male thing, and I didn't really understand that when I first started going to these shows and noticing that, because I always thought of men as being more aggressive and more likely to want to like beat their chest and kind of show off a little bit and fuck with the guy on stage. I had to sit there and think about that, but I kind of came to this conclusion. I'm like, okay, think about a comedy club, especially stand-up comedy. It's performed late night at a club, a nightlife type place. There's a good chance that these women have been drinking before they got there, and they're drinking now. I'm talking about just the majority. I know men do this also, but for real, from experience, it's about 80-20, 80% female. But I can't help but wonder if, like, especially here in Vegas, all right, if women go to a bar where there's going to be comedy, or they go to, in our case, it's a hotel / casino where there's a comedy club, and they show up there early. They go to the bar, and or they drink before they got there. They go to a PT's pub or something like that, and drink before they come to the club. There's a better chance that women show up there feeling loose and entitled. Like, fuck it, I can do what I want. That is more afforded to women on a night out like that. The very fact that you can't punch, kick, or yell at a woman just for being an asshole, without you yourself being yelled at, punched, or kicked, by another guy who says you don't do that to a woman. Just that very fact that they know that exists, they feel free to act like assholes, to an extent, without repercussion. That's their everyday walking around lives, Now, after some pre-gaming possibly, and showing up at a bar at the hotel before they go in the comedy club, and having some motherfucker pay for their drinks, or like it's a place they go to. Ladies, drink free. Ladies, get in free. Ladies, you're totally free. We've trained them to think that they're just immune to all these, like late night, like night owl type social rules. One rule being, if there's a guy on stage performing his art, we all came to see his art, don't yell at the motherfucker and trip him up and fuck with him while he's on stage. We came to see him, hear him or her, not you. You're a drunk bitch at table 17. I'm damn sure I didn't pay $20 for me and my companion to hear you drunkenly go, yeah, woo. No, I'm here to see that motherfucker on stage. So, shh. But I kind of can't blame that girl, because if she started out sober and was just like, oh, girls' night, yeah, girls, yeah. Oh, are you coming? Are you coming? Oh, I'll be there at 7. Not 7, but 7:15. Okay. I'm sorry, I meant 8:15. Oh, I changed my mascara color, whatever. But it's kind of hard to blame her when we've trained her to think that she's fucking entitled. It's like, oh, comedy show at LVH, comedy show at LVH. Guys pay 20, girls get in free. Ladies drink free for the first hour. They're gonna show up, like, yeah, bitches, we're here, so we get in free. Bring me some drinks. Of course, they're gonna feel entitled. Then they get a little drunk, and the comedian who is asking for it, if he starts going like, oh, where are you ladies from? Where are you ladies from? Oh, and starts talking to this fucking these squawking drunk broads. I mean, does he really think that talking to them and asking them questions where they are speaking to the guy on stage and all of a sudden they feel like they have a microphone? Does he think that he's not stepping into some shit? So when that happens, I go, don't talk to them. Don't. Just tell us your written material, dude. Because you're inviting them for the rest of the show to feel entitled to just fucking scream out punchlines that they thought in their head, in their drunken fucking pigeon brains before you even get to the punchline. Chattanooga. You're telling a joke about Chicago and like Chattanooga because they went to Chattanooga once on a field trip. I mean, from their Gary, Indiana fucking high school. Like, that's what you're fostering there. But we create that when we tell these women they're entitled to all this shit. And also, I mean, if a guy is like talking in a theater and being an asshole, there's a lot more of a chance, I think, that another guy was like, dude, you mind? Like, we're trying to watch this movie. But when a girl does it, we're kind of like, oh, fuck. If I tell her to shut up, she's just going to act like a twat and fucking like raise her voice at me and then act like, because she knows I can't hit her, she's just going to get up and act like she wants to fight me, and then I have to sit there and back down. And then the more she yells, the more her boyfriend feels the need to fucking man up and threaten me. And now I got 1.5 dudes fucking with me, and I just wanted to watch the movie like I paid for, like, that shit drives me nuts. I don't know why anybody heckles anybody, but I guess I kind of do know, because some of you comics, you are asking for it when you go to a room of people that have been drinking for at least during your show and at most all day, and going like, oh, where are you from? What do you do? Hey, talk to me. Okay, I'm done with you. You, talk to me. I'm going to look you in the eye. Blah, blah, blah. And not expect them to somehow feel entitled to, like, chime in. You included them in the fucking comedy show, dude. So if you're going to do that, okay, make sure you have a way to shut them down. Or at least shut them the fuck up. I mean, without, because every time I go to a comedy show and someone does that, I wish I could just go, I got this, bro. Shut up. I paid $40 to see this guy, okay? He tours the country. He comes here twice a year. This is my one chance this year to see him. Shut up. If you want me to hear you, meet me at the bar after this. You can talk all the shit you want, but I'm not paying to see you. I'm not paying to see that guy. Super good. All right. Proceed.